Hey, as we discussed last week, we are with Chris, the developer of Shyrock Motorcoach and RV Resort. We're here to ask him a few questions about the resort and what you can expect if you're interested. So Chris, welcome to the community.
Thank you.
We kind of stumbled on this, as we told folks last week, kind of by mistake.
Right. Yep. A lot of folks find us that way.
Yeah.
So.
We were looking for a place to stay, and we just kind of happened on this place, and your owners were so gracious because Danielle, the resident realtor, was not on site.
Right.
And they helped us get set up for the night, and we were able to kind of tour with you on the resort the next day, you and Danielle, and we're impressed.
Yes, we are. We love it here.
I'm glad to hear it.
In fact, we were so impressed that we came back a couple of weeks later and spent a week here and ended up purchasing a lot.
Good.
This lot that we're sitting on right now,
Yeah,
lot number 13.
Yeah.
So let's tell the folks a little bit about Shyrock.
Sure.
What can you say?
We built out first 28 lots, phase 1A, and sold those at, which that's where we're at now. We have 16 lots that we were bringing on for this summer. We have already pre-sold 14 of those.
Wow.
And we only opened on April 1st.
Okay.
So the demand is there's a lot, and we have dozens and dozens and dozens of people scheduled still to come in this summer. So phase 2, which will be online for summer of 2022, will be approximately 45 lots. As the developer, with the demand that we have and the word's getting out, I don't feel like I'm ever going to get ahead of the curve, meaning I don't think I'm ever going to have lots sitting here waiting for people to purchase. I feel like we have them surveyed, we have them staked, that people should come out, tour the property. You can pick a lot, you can put down a deposit and put it under contract. The nice thing about doing that, as opposed to the way we did the first phase, is as the developer, I just kind of laid out all the lots the way I thought they should be.
Okay.
If you come in and do this and put down your earnest money and get it under contract, you can lay out your own lot. You can lay out where you want your pad and your utilities, and we have storage sheds allow up to 350 square feet. You can do an outdoor gazebo with a kitchen, and you can put your TV outside and really nice outdoor furniture. And that's the benefit of coming in ahead of time and reserving your lot, is you can lay that out any way that you want.
Okay.
So I encourage. I don't know that I'll ever have lots sitting here waiting for purchase, just because the demand is so high. Because I feel like we've done something here, and you don't understand until you're on site. I feel like we've done something here that I've never seen, and I toured a lot of RV parks before we developed this. And the size of our lots, the natural beauty, which you're going to post footage of that. We back directly up to the National Forest right behind us. I don't know if you can see the mountain behind us, that's the National Forest. We have this beautiful new $1 million clubhouse with a gym and the big gathering area. We're going to be adding a pool for next summer. It would have been here this summer, but we were warned by the county because of COVID we may not be able to use it, so we just didn't build it for this summer. There'll be pickleball courts, horseshoe pits, possibly shuffleboard, bocce ball. A lot of it comes from the feedback of the owners on what they want. I'm the developer. The owner allows me to basically respond to what the owners want, and kind of lets me do whatever I want out here.
Okay.
Obviously
with some restrictions.
Some restrictions.
So.
Yes.
Let's talk. Right now you say developed, totally developed. You have how many lots developed?
28 lots are developed and sold.
Okay, they're all sold. They're gone.
Yes. They're gone.
They're gone.
So
okay. And then in phase 1B, you had another 22 lots?
Another
Is that correct?
16.
16 lots,
yes,
okay.
14 are already pre-sold.
Okay, so 14 of those are gone.
Yep.
So you have two available right now.
Yep, that's correct.
Well,
by the time you put this on, I would doubt we'll even have those two.
Okay.
So if you come out this summer, we'll take you around and show you the 45 lots that will be coming online next summer.
Okay.
And you could make a reservation on one of those, basically.
Okay, the thing that really impressed us about this particular piece of property is you developed it with the outdoorsman in mind.
Absolutely.
We've seen a lot of RV resorts that are nothing but concrete and pretty rocks, and
Right.
I'm not saying they're not beautiful, because they are. They're
Right,
gorgeous.
right.
But what really impressed us was the outdoor feel of this particular piece of property.
Right.
What's the average size of your lots?
The smallest lot we have is about 3/10 of an acre. So that's bigger.
3/10,
That's
okay.
bigger than most city lots you build a house on.
Okay.
And we go up to about a half acre. So they get
Okay.
your lot is a half acre. So
Right.
you have one of the biggest lots that we have in the park.
Right.
So these are, when we're talking about putting an RV that even with the slide outs and stuff, or a park model home, you're looking at about 400 square feet on a lot that's going to be 13 or 14,000 square feet at the small. So you have so much space out here to do the gazebos and to do a storage shed and still have tons of space. And again, people will see the footage that you take and you'll see how much room you have
Right.
between you and your neighbor. Our thinnest lot is 80 feet wide. So
Okay.
that's,
Okay.
and then they're generally going to be anywhere between 135 and 170 feet deep.
Okay, so pretty good size.
Good size for an RV.
Now, so let's talk about the restrictions. There is an HOA
Correct.
in the park, and the owners will become part of that, you say, this summer, correct?
Correct. Yeah, and it's probably going to kick in July is when
Okay.
we'll have it formed.
Okay.
The annual dues as they're set now are $600 per year.
Okay.
But that covers your water, your sewer, and your garbage.
Okay.
So the only thing you're going to have besides that is your own electricity.
Okay.
And our electricity is very inexpensive here. It's about 7 cents a kilowatt.
Okay.
So very inexpensive energy out here.
Now, for the folks that hear the word, and we talked about this
Right.
earlier, they hear the letters HOA. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What's the reasoning to have your HOA?
Sure. The reasoning is that, we wanted to keep this really beautiful. We are rural Montana, so we didn't want to get into a situation where, first of all, we don't necessarily have an age limit on RVs. So first of all, the only thing allowed are Class A's,
Okay.
fifth wheels, and park model homes. So no bumper pulls, no pop-ups.
And Super Cs?
Super Cs, I can do as the developer as an exclusion.
Okay.
I'm allowed to do that.
Okay, because they're kind of a motorhome.
They are, and when we started this process years ago, they weren't even really a classification, so that's why they're not specifically in the CCNRs.
Okay.
And so yes, we've had a couple people come in at Super Cs, and I told them absolutely you would be allowed in the park because they're absolutely gorgeous rigs.
Okay.
So the HOA is here to protect property values. Again, we're rural Montana. And frankly, I just didn't want any of the locals thinking they could come out here and do this,
Squat
and start throwing blue tarps over stuff, and you got a broken down vehicle. I mean, our CCNRs, are really strict about, how the appearance of your lot must be maintained.
Okay.
And it's worked out beautifully, and the owners are happy about the way everything looks out here. You can hear the birds in the background as
Right.
we're doing this. I mean, it's it's really quiet, especially when we get back here. And so yeah, it's really to maintain the value and frankly, so we can bring on the amenities like the clubhouse, as nice as it is. Basically the HOA pays the utilities there, and the owner provided that clubhouse.
Okay.
I mean, at $1 million of her own expense, she provided the clubhouse, and all the HOA has to do is take care of the expenses,
Okay.
associated with utilities and stuff. And that's going to be the same with the pool and the pickleball courts and everything. She's doing all that at her expense.
Okay, so let's talk. You talk a little bit about the vehicles restrictions
Right.
on the HOA. Let's talk about what a lot of people have issues with HOA, and we do too.
Right.
Are they going to tell me what kind of flowers I can plant?
Right, yes. I'm not going to tell you the type of flowers you can plant, but the deer are going to tell you the type of flowers you can plant.
Exactly.
Because you will plant many pretty flowers out here, and you will come out the next morning and they will be gone. And you
Okay.
will never hear a thing out here. They'll come through and take them in the middle of the night. In addition to that, we have an elk herd of anywhere between 70 and 100 elk
Okay.
that come across Shyrock regularly. And it's really a sight when they come across. And some mornings you'll wake up, they'll be in the field next to us, and you'll wake up to them bugling, and that'll be your
Cool.
wake up call in the morning in
Well,
the
that's
summer.
really hard.
And
That's just tough,
yeah,
you
it's
know,
tough. And if you get your binoculars out, you can see them out there, and the steam coming out of their mouth as they bugle and everything. It's absolutely beautiful. So.
And wild turkey. We have wild turkey.
Oh, we have a
that
lot of
come
wild
through.
turkey
Yeah.
here. Yep, we absolutely
Yeah.
do.
So what about, you mentioned the storage sheds, and we talked a little bit about this earlier. The restriction size on the storage shed is 350 square feet?
Correct.
Okay, and then have you restricted those? I mean, can you put a washer dryer in there? Can you make it a man cave? Can you, pretty much do what you want with them?
Yes to all the above. The one thing that we do not allow you to do, and that's because of the county, is you cannot put in basically a functioning bedroom.
Okay.
So they do not want to see it as kind of a livable quarters. The washer and dryer, a lot of our owners have taken advantage of that. Look, it doesn't matter to me whether you do laundry in your unit or you do it out in your storage shed. It's the same amount of runoff and stuff. So it was like, well, why not allow people to do that? And we've had a lot of owners do where if it's a 24-foot deep shed, say they'll take the back 8 feet and put up a wall, and that back 8 feet they'll put in a man door, and then they'll finish the floor out, they'll put in the washer dryer, some people will put in a desk so they kind of have an office in there and everything, and then like front 16 feet they'll have a big roll-up door, the double barn doors, and that's where they keep their side-by-side. They store their outdoor patio furniture for the season when they leave.
Okay.
So we've seen some setups like that, and they turn out really nice. You put windows in the side if you want. You can do skylights. I mean, there's a lot of options on the sheds out here that you can do.
Now, we've also seen some fences
Yes.
around the property. Are there restrictions on fencing?
Yes, there are. There's about 4 different types of fencing that you can do. That doesn't mean I'm not open to looking at other ones as the developer. I have control of that. They cannot be more than 48 inches high.
Okay.
We did not want to see a bunch of 6-foot high fence that takes away from the natural beauty. And even the fences that you're allowed, you kind of have to be able to see through them. Some concern that somebody might have is, okay, I've got a dog and everything. There's a very fine wire that we put on the inside.
Right.
Even if you look at the lot next to us, you can see right here,
Right.
you can almost not see that wire. The fence looks beautiful, and you not see the wire, and they have 2 standard poodles, and that's their fenced-in yard, and they never get out.
Right.
So
The dogs knows the wires
the
there.
dog, they actually have the electric little thing there that works real. Although they shock themselves more than the dogs get shocked at this point. It's kind of funny. So anyway, yeah, about 4 different types of fencing, and you can put that fine wire on the inside, which will keep your dogs in.
Okay. As far as other amenities, like you mentioned an outdoor kitchen or an outdoor gazebo, does that have to go through you then?
Yes, everything comes through me. The placement, the design, the materials, it all has to come through me, and that is all for the purpose of making sure that things are fairly uniform, that they add to the park, not detract, that you don't upset your neighbors because you put a bright blue roof on your gazebo. We allow dark brown, obviously the dark green, and possibly a couple other colors that we've seen that we would allow. But we want it to look natural. We want it to fit in with the surroundings, not stand out from the surroundings.
Okay. So you mentioned side-by-sides, people storing their side-by-sides,
Right.
and we've explored this area quite a bit on our side-by-side.
Right.
There is some phenomenal side-by-side
Yeah.
riding here,
Yes.
and it's all in the national park.
It is. Yep. We have, if you go out the front entrance of Shyrock, and you can go a few minutes in either direction. Johnson Creek is down here, Second Creek is that way, and they both have the fire roads that lead up into the National Forest, and you can get lost for days. There is not many people know this. We have 2 million acres of Lolo National Forest behind us.
Okay.
So you can get lost for days back in there if you choose to.
Okay.
And if you're licensed, you can ride on the road.
Yeah, you can
drive to wherever you want to go.
Right, you can pay a one-time fee. I believe it's $160 and get a permanent plate on your side-by-side, or even a quad or something like that, and you can legally ride the streets, or you can drive all the way down in Superior and get your groceries in
Yeah.
them and everything. So yeah, that's kind of neat because not all states allow that.
No,
And
no.
obviously this is Montana, and that's just one of those states you kind of expect them to allow it, and they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about the Clubhouse Amenities.
Yes.
And that's still a work in progress. You've got a huge commercial kitchen in there.
We
Oh
do.
my gosh, it's beautiful in there.
Thank you.
As I understand, you've got laundry machines going in.
Yes, correct. Yeah, we'll have a laundry room, like you said, a full commercial kitchen, large gathering area with pool table, large screen TVs, big stone fireplace. I'm sure you're going to have the footage of it
Yeah.
in there. Our sales office will be in there, and what I believe is a fantastic small gym that I just don't think most places our size or hotels or anything they touch. Like
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh, it
yeah.
has everything.
Yeah, it really
Everything
has
that you
everything
need.
to get a really good workout in there. So,
In your opinion,
yes.
what's the typical season? I mean, people hear Montana, they
Right.
think snow.
Correct.
What has been the typical season for your residents?
May through October.
Okay.
You know, some people will come a little bit later. Some people will leave a little bit earlier. You know, it's fine to stay through October. You know, yes, will we get a dusting of snow or something? Yeah, and some people freak out when they see the first sign of snow. They feel like they got to get out of here. But what inevitably happens in October and November is, yeah, we'll get a dusting of snow, maybe a couple inches and everything, and you know, within a day it's all gone. So it's you know, it doesn't, you know, preclude you from getting out of here and going wherever else you're going to go. And this place is so beautiful with a little bit of snow on the trees and stuff. It's actually, I encourage people to stick around for the first, you know, time or two where we get it so they can see it and everything, and then go.
Yeah.
But you know, if you are just kind of addicted to the warm weather, then you'll want to get out of here. But yeah, typically May through October is when most of our owners are here.
Okay. And what we've discovered is the town of Superior is very supportive
Right.
of the residents here. I mean, they've got hardware stores, building supply stores, grocery store, places to eat,
Yep.
public library, you know, anything you'd want out of a little community is
Yeah,
there.
it's, you know, and you're right. There's a couple of great restaurants, a couple of really cool little, you know, quaint bars to go and visit that have great pizza and stuff. There's a pharmacy, there's a hospital, which is really important to people that are retired. We actually
Sure.
have a hospital here. We are the county seat. But that grocery store in town is just phenomenal.
It's amazing.
When you
Yeah.
get into communities this small, you just don't find anything like that. And you
No.
go in there, they're, you know, they have a, you know, a deli, they have fresh food, everything you can need. They just added that incredible liquor department, which it's just unbelievable how much stuff they got in there. So, you know, for a town that's got a population of 900 people, I mean, to have a grocery store like that is just, we are so lucky to have that here.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Alberton and St. Regis are on other sides of that, and they don't have anything like that.
Right.
And a lot of the small communities, you know, you normally have to drive to Missoula, which is 45 minutes away, to, you know, find what you need, and it's so nice because, you know, Superior's 5 minutes away.
Right.
So if you need something for dinner, if you forgot something for dinner, it's literally 5 minutes into the grocery store and grab it, and it's, you know, there's no lines. I mean, you know, parking is right there. It's fantastic. We are really lucky to have that grocery
And downstairs is the hardware store.
store. Yeah, correct. There's an Ace
So I
Hardware
go grocery shopping. He goes downstairs.
Yeah, there's an Ace Hardware
And he
downstairs.
gets
I mean,
what he
it's
needs.
like I said, in a community this small, to have as many things as we have 5 minutes away,
Yeah.
we are just really
Yeah, it's pretty
fortunate.
nice.
So your plan, so you have 2 lots existing
For this summer,
for this summer, and then next year you plan on an additional how many lots?
45.
And the average, I know we talked, so we're going to hopefully show you a plot of the facilities, but I know you've got all of these behind us staked, and we border up on the National Forest behind us here.
Right.
On this side of the road behind us, those lots are going to average about what kind of a price by next summer?
About 85,000 for
Okay.
the ones. So the ones directly behind us are about 85,000. The ones that are going to be on the other side of the road and border the National Forest will run anywhere between 100 and 120,000.
Okay.
But those are fully improved. So you get a 14-foot wide by 50-foot deep, 6-inch reinforced concrete pad. Water, sewer, garbage are all run to it.
Okay.
Your driveway is in. That's asphalted up to the pad. So you basically get a back-end hookup ready site as part of that price.
And your access roads are all asphalt as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We're not going to, there's no gravel roads out here. These are all going to be asphalted roads.
So we don't have to deal with the dust
Nope.
kicking up or anything of that.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. So if you guys want to come see Shyrock Motorcoach Resort, we would highly encourage it. And Chris and Danielle, are usually here throughout the summer.
Correct.
And you've got kind of an interesting setup. If people are interested, what do you have available to them to
Sure.
come fit?
We just built 4 new temporary stay lots right down next to the clubhouse, and those are designed for 2 things. The primary reason is if potential buyers come in,
Okay.
that you can stay 2 or 3 nights. There is no charge for that. They're full hookup sites. We have very nice patios out there, and you can come in and, like I said, stay 2 or 3 nights, no charge, to see how you like the park.
Okay.
The other reason, and our owners love this, is that if they have friends come in, that they can come and stay. And it is a first come, first served basis, and we will, I have no doubt, add more temp stay lots this coming winter, because these 4 are proving to be very popular. But if the owners have friends come in, they can stay on those sites if they're available, and they're $30 a night for a full hookup.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And you know, you're right next to the clubhouse, and so you have those amenities.
Okay.
So
So your temps can partake of the clubhouse.
they can, as long as the owners have access from 6 in the morning till 10 at night.
Okay.
Guests will have access to the clubhouse during staffed hours,
Okay.
which are generally going to be probably 9 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon.
Okay.
That will have it. The clubhouse will be open, so it'll be unlocked.
Okay.
Before and after that, all of our owners have their own codes to get in the front door, and
Okay.
they can access it from 6 in the morning till 10 at night.
Okay. Now, one more question I have for you before we let you go. I know you're a busy guy.
That's fine.
Let's talk a little bit, because this is something that Kelly and I anticipate doing with our lot, and
Right.
that is the rental.
Right.
So can you speak about the rental of your lot a little bit?
Sure. You are allowed to rent your lot out once every 30 days. So if you had somebody come in on May 1st and they rented it for a week,
Okay.
you would have to wait another 23 days before you could rent that out to somebody else.
Okay.
You can use it, and you can come and go as you please. That's not a non-issue. But if you're going to rent it out, it's once every 30 days. So, you know, we have a lot of calls for people that want to rent from us, but we're not a campground, so we don't rent lots.
Okay.
But we have a lot of demand for it. So if you knew you were going to be gone the entire month of September, and you said, hey, our lot's available, we're going to get a call from somebody that says, hey, we want to come in and rent. Maybe they want to rent it for a week, maybe they want to rent it for the entire month.
Okay.
So if somebody rents it for the entire month, then that next day you can rent it out to somebody again, because it's once every 30 days. And we did that because we did not want to turn this into basically a campground feel. It's quiet, there's hardly any traffic here, and as soon as you turn it into that campground, there's constant traffic in and out, and that's one of the things our residents love, is it's really quiet here. And so we just didn't want to create that type of traffic. So that's why we put the limit on it of once every 30 days. You can either rent it out, or you can lend it out to a friend or something.
As long as they meet the HOA restrictions.
Correct. You still have to meet the requirements for, you know, the RV or rig that comes in, which is they must appear in like new condition.
Now, let's just say Kelly and I decide that we're going to go tour northeastern Canada for the summer, and we're going to be gone all summer long.
Right.
And we have somebody that is interested in renting our place for the summer.
Right.
There's still a way around that, right? Because you say once per 30 days, I could rent it to them for 30 days in May, another 30 days in June, another 30 days in July.
You don't even have to do that.
Okay.
You could rent it out to somebody for 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
All we're saying is there can't be more than one other person besides yourself in here every 30 days. So
Okay.
if that person can be here for 4 or 5 months, you can rent it to them for 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Now, they must sign off. They must sign off that they have read and agreed to all the CCNRs.
Okay.
So they have to know what our rules are out here in order to stay on the lot. You know, that's something that. And the other caveat is the lease must be in writing.
Okay.
So and that's part of what that lease agreement says, is that they have read, understand, and will abide by the CCNRs in the park.
Now, do you have a rental pool available then, or do the owners take care of their
We're
own?
setting up the software to do that. Danielle is researching. I think she's found the software that we need to manage that for the owners. Obviously, last summer we didn't really worry about it. This summer there may be a little more demand. I feel like next summer there'll probably start to be a lot more demand. So yes, we are going to set up the software to manage rentals for owners.
We just stayed at a KOA in Douglas, Wyoming, and the manager there said, "Where are you headed?" We said, "Missoula." She says, "Have you made your reservations from here to there?" And we said, "Well, we've kind of got it figured out." And she says, "Good," because she says, "My bookings this summer are up over 300%.
Right.
So it's going to be tight.
Yeah, and that's that's the type of demand that we're seeing here for Shyrock. I mean, a lot of people, they're here, and I mean, we tour them for 20 or 30 minutes, and they're like, "Where do we sign?" Like that's the same thing happened yesterday. We sold 2 lots. I was with somebody, Danielle was with somebody, and at the same time, we both sold a lot. Like this is what I say is you get here, this place sells itself. I'm not a salesman.
It's beautiful.
Danielle doesn't have to be a salesman. All we have to do is show you this place,
Yep.
and most people fall in love with this place.
So your website is shyrockmt.com.
Correct.
I'll post it down below, shyrockmt.com. If people want to get in touch with you, your contact information is on the website?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And it'll go directly to Danielle because
Okay.
she's the property manager. She schedules everything, and so that number will go directly to Danielle.
Okay.
And she can schedule to have you come in for a tour. Like I said, stay with us for a couple of days. Most people that stay with us kind of get hooked on the place. We have great owners here, and they're all so friendly, and they're all anxious to meet the new people. And so it's a great sense of community here.
So as you know, Kelly and I are super, super impressed with our property.
Thank you.
We love our new lot.
Oh my gosh.
And they're working on it right now. They're doing
Yeah.
some...
Yeah, if you flip the camera around, you'd see all the work that's going
Yeah,
on
they're
back
they're
here.
doing some additions to our lot here, and we actually won't be able to use it until probably sometime in July.
Yeah.
Would be my guess
Yeah.
by the time
Which is fine.
it's all said and done. But if you guys want to know more, or if you want to make an appointment and come see Chris and Danielle at Shyrock, we would highly encourage it. Just for fun, make sure you tell them Sweet Travels sent you. I'd be interested to see.
It would be a nice little referral. Something tells me I'll write a big check, or you guys are going to get some bonus lot improvements or something out here by the end of the summer.
Score! Come on, guys. No.
This is an amazing, amazing place. We are
It
just
is.
so happy we purchased here. Chris, thank you for your time. I know
welcome.
you're a busy guy, and you're headed back to the west side again
I am, yep,
this
about
afternoon.
an 8-hour drive this afternoon.
Yep. So tell Dee thanks for loaning you
Yeah,
out
I will do that.
for the
Yeah.
morning. All right, shyrockmt.com. Take a look at it, guys, and we're going to wrap it up from Superior, Montana.
It all starts with an idea.
Thanks for coming along. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.